of experience last year, but not a ton of starting experience. How have you kind of seen them grow throughout camp?
Yeah, absolutely. So guys got in the fire, but like you said, not a lot of starters. So we're a hungry group, and excited about the way that they've been coming to work every day, and trying to master fundamentals and master the scheme and compete every day. So I think we're taking strides forward. Certainly not there yet. Got a lot of camp to go here still, but pleased with the progress.
What allowed guys like Jordan and Machine and Braylon and to a lesser extent Kyle to be ready to play and make an impact right away? Kind of their first experience and first year.
Yeah, I think it's a maturity first and foremost coming into college football, and to play early, you have to have a mature mindset to jump in, follow the older guys' lead, and jump into the playbook. And it's a tribute to their athleticism. Certainly, they can change directions and they're physical enough to go in there and put their face, on a big ball carrier or get off a big offensive lineman. So it's a combination, I think, of maturity, athleticism, and intelligence.
Does it surprise you at all with that a little bit? Does every freshman kind of come with that, or is this a special group?
I think they've certainly been a special group. I wouldn't say I'm surprised. I think that was the expectation and hope, but they didn't disappoint.
How has Brandon George matured and grown in the past 8 months?
Brandon's been great. He comes to work every day with a smile on his face, great personality, and he's going to try to lead the charge with his work ethic, and he's certainly not afraid to speak up vocally. So very pleased with his leadership.
What do you see from him now that he has more added responsibility, like looking like he'll be like kind of the starter in middle? Like how's he kind of embraced that challenge?
Yeah, he's been ready for this opportunity. You think back a couple of years, he's been in that fight for several years, prepared himself to be that guy for several years, and now that opportunity is here. And so he's had a few dress rehearsals, so he's eager. He understands what it takes, and he's excited, and he keeps working his tail off.
Is there something different about the sophomores that you have right now between like Machine, Kyle, Braylon, Jordan? Like it seems like you have a group of guys that are now really pushing in this linebacker room, where before, like most of your years, you had a group of seniors or a group of like redshirt juniors, guys that have been around for a while. So with this group, they seem ready to go.
Yeah, I think they know they have to step up, and so it's they don't have that opportunity to look around and let somebody else fill that space. They have to, and they want to. And so like I said, a little bit of youth there, but they're eager. They're taking accountability and they're pushing each other. We talk all the time about iron sharpens iron, and so they're on each other. And talk about if you look your brother in the eye and ask him to do something better, you better be walking a certain way too. And I think when you live that way, your room lives that way. Spines are stiffened and everybody moves forward. So it's a good thing.
Is there like an added sense you feel? Like we've heard from other position groups about how like guys seem more detailed or focusing on the details more, goofing off less. Like when you guys are in your meetings, do you sense like that level of seriousness from your guys, or is it kind of the same? Considering Brandon was a leader for you guys last year too.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a goofy room. So we've got a good mature room again, and again they're ready to work. Now they also know how to have fun outside of the meeting. They're not all the time, but they know when it's time to work and when it's business time, and they do a good job of locking in.
How is Key Thompson doing so far?
Key's been great. Proud of his ability to come in here and learn and lead. Obviously we asked him to be vocal, and he's done that. He's an emotional football player. Where he came from, he was that guy, and he has that in him. He showed that passion. He's made some big plays in camps. We're really excited about where Key Thompson's at.
What do you like
playing the mic?
Yes, mainly playing the mic. As you know, we'll cross-train everybody,
Right.
but mainly playing the mic, yes.
What do you like specifically about what Kyle's doing this camp? We've heard, he's performing well. We see all the takeaway stickers. I mean, what's really jumping out about him?
Confidence. I think Kyle's always been a guy who had great, tremendous change of direction. He's added on, a coat of armor of strength, and he's playing really fast. He's confident, knows what he's doing, and he sees that ball after he's done his responsibility. He attacks it, and pleased with that. And he's starting to find his voice as a leader, seeing him step up, and guys are looking to him because he's becoming that playmaker.
Kyle and Machine mentioned the Sharks nickname. What does that kind of mean to you now?
Yeah, every year you kind of give it to the guys to kind of give themselves a name that they can rally around, and they chose Sharks, and certainly love that, right? An alpha predator, there's no complaining. You get up, doesn't matter if you bumps and bruises, you're going to get up and attack every single day mentality. You're certainly going to attack, your preparation. And then on the football field, that's an aggressive mentality. We're going to go. We're going to go, and we're going to take shots. And if one shark misses, the next one's there. So they certainly rallied around it and having fun with it. But it's an aggressive mindset that they have to live up to as well. And so it's a standard in our room.
We've heard that you guys have become fans of the Discovery Channel a little bit to see some shark action.
Absolutely. It's nice. I mean, they want to take on that mantra. It's cool to actually watch the sharks in the wild and see how they, hunt prey and attack. And so see if they can embody those characteristics a little more.
Kyle mentioned the eat face thing. Is that a little graphic for you?
It is. Obviously, I didn't bring that up. That's, we have the guys get each other pumped up, and one of the young guys, Jeremiah Marcelin, actually brought that to the group, and with tremendous passion, and everybody kind of, laughed and was bright-eyed, but it kind of became a mantra. I mean, if you're going to attack somebody, go right at their face and be aggressive. I mean, that's a positive thing for a linebacker room, so we've kind of rallied around him and that statement, and that's been a call to action for us.
And speaking of younger guys, we talked to Cam Lindsey the other day, and he said something like he's just taking it day by day. And is that kind of the best approach for a freshman, and have you seen that from him?
Yeah, I think Cameron Lindsey's done a great job, and with the three freshmen, Cameron, Jeremiah, and Davin Bruton, those guys prepare their tails off, and credit the older guys for bringing them along and showing them the way we do things. But they work every day. They get coached hard by me and the other guys, and again, they don't talk back. They take the coaching. They try not to make the same mistake twice. And so love where Cameron's at. He's working on little things every single day, trying to not make that same mistake as yesterday, increase his fundamentals and his knowledge and compete. And Cameron's done a great job. And so has Jeremiah, and so has Davin. I mean, love those three guys and how they're working.
Ryan, Pat said earlier, he was talking about this camp being a tougher, more physical camp, something like that. What part does your room have in that, setting the tone in terms of toughness, physicality of this group?
I think a big part. I think, our camp goal, number one in linebacker, is to be physical. And so we're going to come out with that mindset every time. You guys, watch individuals sometimes. The first thing we do is strike each other, partner strike. Looks like we're fighting every day, going face to face with a guy, talking about eating a guy's face, right? We're going to go do that. That's our mentality. Because I think that's contagious, right? When you're playing a competitive, aggressive sport and guys go and hit people, guys, that's an enjoyable thing first and foremost when you dominate a guy, but it also ignites the other guys around you to make them want to be aggressive and have that same success or excitement. And so certainly a huge part of that as linebackers to bring that aggressiveness and go get it.
With this second scrimmage coming up on Sunday, what do you need to see from your group?
With the second scrimmage, want to continue to see growth, want to see them minimize mistakes and be consistent and continue to make them plays. I think as you get closer and closer to game day, you got to minimize those mistakes, and again, continue to see those same guys making plays as they should.
What are some of those mistakes maybe that you're seeing right now that need to be fixed?
Nothing out of the norm. I mean, we continue to add defenses, schematics, and so we're challenging them constantly to make sure they know the intricacies of different play calls. And so I wouldn't say it's anything crazy. It's normal growth, but as we carry that package for them to keep minimizing those mistakes.
Did you stay in constant conversation with Brandon when he went into the portal?
Yeah, absolutely.
What can you talk about your conversations?
I don't want to dig too deep. I mean, just stayed in touch. Made sure he knew I wanted him there.
Kyle told us as a star linebacker, he's even involved in some deep coverage as far as he has a safety background from high school. Is there a person behind him that can do that? That you feel like does that at a pretty high level that allows you guys more flexibility in disguising opportunities at the linebacker position?
When you say behind him, you mean at the safety level or depth at the position?
Depth at the position.
Yeah, I think all our outside linebackers, you look at their history where they came from in high school. Rasheem Biles was also a safety. Braylon Lovelace played some secondary, played some running back. He can move around. Jordan Bass, was a wide receiver, was a safety, and so all those guys are asked to do that. Be able to close the middle of the field if we want to give us some versatility in our coverage looks, and so certainly Kyle can do that at a very well level. But all those other outside guys are capable of that as well.
Is that something that you guys exclusively look for sometimes when you're scouting, because that's just something that you need in today's college football world, or maybe something you need specifically to run the defense the way you want to run it?
A little bit of both. I think we want guys that have length and speed. I think basketball's a game of vertical advantage. Football's a game where if you have length and speed, you shrink the field and you have that ability to make the play smaller. And so we look for guys that are long and fast, athletic, and again, as you said, modern football is played in space. Those guys got to be able to change directions, but they also got to be able to come in the box and be physical as well. So that is it's a unique guy you're looking for to play linebacker anymore in college football, and specifically here, those outside guys. And so look for those right guys.
Do you feel like this group might be unique compared to other groups that you had? And you had some guys like Travasi that are in the NFL and doing well right now, but as far as the depth that you have, the guys that could fit that profile, do you feel like this group's unique?
I do. I feel like we had a great group, but obviously we're still young, and as we started from the start, not many starts. So we got to continue to grow. We got to prove ourselves every single day.
Anything final? Coach, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.